Ladies and gentlemen, I am Senior Master Sergeant Kyle Scafidi, and I'll be your narrator for today's ceremony. During the course of today's events, there will be several times at which you will be asked to stand. During the national anthem, military members will stand at attention. It is appropriate for civilian guests to place their right hand over their heart. The retirement ceremony is reserved for those who have served our country with honor and distinction. It is a symbolic gesture signifying the closing of one's career. Today we will retire and honor Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Shaffer and Chief Master Sergeant Misty Shaffer for dedicating 28 and 24 years of outstanding service to the United States Air Force and our country. Please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the posting of the colors, the singing of the national anthem, and the invocation.
Stand by. Port arms. Forward arch. Colors. Up. Present. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Port arms. Colors. Colors turn. Arch.
Please pray with me. Dear Lord, thank you for this great nation we live in, and thank you for our freedom and all our rights that many people have dedicated and given their lives for. I especially thank you for those who are in service who continuously risk their lives, including our parents who have served for a combination of 52 years in the Air Force. Dear Lord, thank you for giving us the wisdom and guidance, and giving our parents the wisdom and guidance to be good parents and raise my siblings and I. Dear Lord, I praise you, and I thank you for keeping our family together through the hard times and allow us to stay safe and healthy during our travels around the world together. I pray that you would bless our parents in the next stage of life and give them the guidance for our future. I know that you have them in your hands and in your heart, and that you will continue to bless them in their lives. Dear Lord, thank you for everything you've done for us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Thank you, Staff Sergeant Brennan and Staff Sergeant Velez Christian, for the beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and Cameron for those inspiring words. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the official party. The presiding officers, Colonel James Shaffer, retired, and Colonel Emerson B. Roman, retired. Honorees, Chief Master Sergeants Kevin and Misty Shaffer, accompanied by their children, Shante, her husband Francisco, Shanice, Cameron, and Caden. Also joining the family, Chiefs Kevin's mother, Joanne Shaffer, Kevin's aunt, Rudy McConaughey, and cousin Mary Ann Carter. Misty's father, Terry Jackson, accompanied by Rose Myers, and close friends, Chief Master Sergeant Matilda Mahone and Master Sergeant retired Lisa Goodwin. We are also privileged to have with us today several distinguished guests. Deputy Commander, 821st Contingency Response Group, Colonel Tommy Seeker. Superintendent, 821st Contingency Response Group, Chief Master Sergeant Jamie Vanass. Commander, 60th Medical Group, Colonel Michael Higgins. Superintendent, 60th Medical Group, Chief Master Sergeant Mark Diggs. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to all squadron commanders, honorary commanders, superintendents, chiefs, first sergeants, and members of Team Travis for taking the time to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel James Shaffer.
That was my granddaughter. To the members of the Travis Air Force Base family, the members of the extended Shaffer family, friends, distinguished guests, thank you all for being here. Before I enhance the story of Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Shaffer's journey to the final stages of his active Air Force military life, I want to thank God for the blessing me and my wife with the opportunity to see the complete journey. We are here to honor Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Shaffer and Chief Master Sergeant Misty Shaffer as they conclude the active duty Air Force role that they so proudly performed for 28 and 24 years respectively. For our family, over 82 years has been in the blue, proud of Words of the Blue, and we have a continuation with my granddaughter, Shante, who is still a member of the Air Force Blue. But we have never in our family's history been more proud than we are today to celebrate the Air Force careers of Kevin and Misty Shaffer. Today I want to talk to you about some of the early events that may have launched and energized Kevin's military journey. But before I start, I want to tell you two things about my speech. There are always two things that happen before I get up to say a speech. The first thing that happens is my wife prays that I don't make a mistake. The second thing that happens is my wife prays that I don't talk too long. So, to make sure that I stick with my wife's prayers, I'm not going to cover all of the assignments or all the outstanding achievements and many successes that Chief Shaffer has had. All his duties and responsibilities and achievements will be documented well in his awards and all the presentations that he receives today. No, my plan is to give you the inside story of events not covered. These events are not covered in any performance reports. And I want to tell you, contrary to some popular beliefs, Kevin was not born in the Air Force uniform. However, Kevin showed some early childhood skills of leadership. I want you to picture this. When the early Chief Shaffer, leading his army of toy soldiers around his bedroom, he started working on his outstanding organizational skills that he would later use in helping you plan your exercises and help the contingency responses that your group does. He was. You also have to picture. You also have to picture this, that Kevin was at this time developing his people-first skills. He had to protect his toy troops from his brother, who was always taking advantage of him. Then, after living at 5 different military Air Force bases, Kevin had a different mindset. He changed from toy soldiers and military strategies to a mindset of pop culture, breakdancing, and long hair. Yeah, but after several years on this early journey, Kevin not seeing the interesting future, he called me up and asked me about joining the Air Force. And always with a sense of urgency, Kevin decided that he would stop breakdancing because that was not the career he wanted to pursue. And he also decided that the job he was in had no real future. So this was the beginning of the middle of Kevin's journey. And he changed his mind about short hair. He changed his mind about uniforms. He left behind the toy soldiers, his breakdancing buddies, and all the long hair, and became an early family member of the Air Force. Now, Kevin just did not join the Air Force. He jumped into the military Air Force family. He made a decision that with hard work, he could be whatever he wanted to be. And when the Air Force gave him a chance to focus on his own goals, he decided that one of the things he wanted to do in the Air Force was to serve the community. So he joined the Lackland Air Force Base Honor Guard and Drill Team, performing at funerals and parades in San Antonio. He also earned his Airman of the Year award in his first unit he was assigned to. And then he went on to win the Wing Award at that base. He made his commanders, all of his supervisors, all of his co-workers very proud of him. And he made his mom and I smile with faces of great joy. Kevin continued to polish his military skills, and he learned the true meaning of military rank as his privilege. See, one day Kevin requested in a long-distance phone call to me, I was stationed in Turkey, that I needed to change my assignment because I was coming back to his unit. And he was told he would have to change jobs because he couldn't work for me. So Kevin called me and asked me, could I change my assignment? At that time, Kevin learned that colonels make airmen move. And Kevin got a new assignment. This act of bravery and a little foolishness was only a small bump in Kevin's military journey. Because he later teamed up with Misty, and together they focused on a path that would lead to their present success story. Now, so who am I talking about when I talk about this Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Shaffer? He's not just a person that's documented on the papers. He's not just a person that's documented in his performance report. No. He's a man who focused on leadership skills early in his journey. He's a man that learned from his mistakes and moved forward. He's a man who is devoted to duty, mission, and his people. He's a man who puts integrity at the top of his list. He's a man whose honesty never wavers. And last but not least, he's a man with enduring love for his family. For you see, without enduring love for his family, Kevin and Misty could not have devoted so much of their lives to taking care of Air Force people first and completing the Air Force mission always. So, Chief Kevin Shaffer, I want everyone present here to always remember you as a man of character with great integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Shaffer.
Thank you, Colonel Shaffer. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the award presentation. Colonel Shaffer will now present Chief Kevin Shaffer with the Meritorious Service Medal. Attention to orders. This is to certify that Chief Master Sergeant Kevin L. Shaffer is awarded the Meritorious Service Medal, 2nd Oak Leaf Cluster for Meritorious Service from 21 February 2015 to 31 December 2017. Chief Master Sergeant Kevin L. Shaffer distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Chief Enlisted Manager, 821st Contingency Response Support Squadron, 821st Contingency Response Group, 621st Contingency Response Wing, Travis Air Force Base, California. During this period, Chief Shaffer established the squadron's identity during the wing-wide reorganization. He guided operations to merge equipment and personnel from 3 deactivated groups and 6 deactivated units into a single cohesive support squadron. Also, Chief Shaffer was selected to serve on the Headquarters Air Force Cyber Chiefs Summit and Senior Staff Course. His vast expertise allowed him to espouse cyber vision and leadership development philosophy to 40 senior officers and 80 chiefs, while also helping shape 5-year career field roadmap. Furthermore, Chief Shaffer managed the deployment of 159 personnel to enable the group's rapid response and delivery of 250 tons of cargo for back-to-back Category 4 hurricanes, all while supporting their families at home during historic Northern California wildfires. Finally, Chief Shaffer oversaw 2 simultaneous air base opening missions by deploying 113 airmen and 240 tons of cargo to austere operating locations to aid efforts to halt the advance of Islamic State of Iraq and Syria forces. His team's flawless deployment of forces solidified his squadron selection as the Wing's 2016 Contingency Response Unit of the Year. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Chief Shaffer culminate a distinguished career in service of his country and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Signed, Colonel Justin H. Niederer, Commander, 821st Contingency Response Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce Colonel Anderson Rowe.
Misty, I would like to, first of all, say to you that I'm honored to be a part of this ceremony recognizing your outstanding career of 24 years. So I thank you for this opportunity. And I thank everyone for coming out to support both of these great leaders as they end this chapter in their lives. Now, Chief Shaffer, Misty Shaffer, when she asked me to speak, told me that I had 5 minutes. Out of courtesy to you guys. So being a good chief, she didn't leave me hanging to figure that out on my own. She gave me some good guidance on what to do. She said, what I'd like you to do is just pick 2 characteristics about me that you liked or thought maybe a good leader or something, and just pull some stuff out of the EPRs. Okay, yeah, that sounds easy enough to do. So I sat down and I started to make a list of characteristics that I admired about Misty and I thought made her a good leader. So I thought dependable, mission-focused, committed to airman development, she cares about people, consistently pursues excellence, integrity, she leads by example, she's hardworking, she's wise, she sets high standards, she just kind of kept going on. So it was a pretty long list. So then I had to pick two of them. I could pick this, or I could pick that, but one of the things I realized is if I pick two, there's going to be something lost in the big picture of what Misty's about and what she accomplished. So this is one of those rare occasions when I am ignoring the advice. Go into that situation with fear and trepidation. I know if I mess this up, they'll never let me hear the end of it, probably. Listen to her. But so I'm on my own now, trying to figure this out. So I'm thinking, well, you know, there's all these wing strats. I could talk about the strats and stuff that led into those. And there's all these annual awards as an NCO and a senior NCO, and lots of good stuff that led to those. That's just all the stuff. That loses Misty talking about the stuff. So I'm still feeling pretty stuck of how to capture 24 years. So I went back and reread all those 24 some odd APRs again. I'm pretty thankful going through them. One of the things as I went through it is I started to see this pattern showing. And I thought, wow, this pattern catches it. So I'm going to walk through with you the pattern that I saw. And I hope that you will catch a sense of Misty and the significance of the impact she had in her career. So this pattern was a little subtle at first, but it came out early. I saw one striking example of it when she was just a young A1C working in the pharmacy, and they decided that she needed to go up and work the night shift. Now, sometimes that can seem like a punishment or something, but she was put on the night shift because they saw in her this ability to work independently, to work with efficiency and accuracy. So they trusted that she was going to be able to not have to a lot of oversight and do the job well. And I kept seeing that kind of stuff as we worked through the different OPRs about dependability. There's something in her that people were seeing and trusting. And then we moved from subtle to actually quite clear in her second staff sergeant EPR. Notice on that second one, new assignment, new job title. She's now the N2IC of Pharmacy at RAF Upward. But that's not just N2IC, that meant she was the pharmacy. It was a one-person shop where she did it all. So all these things that you guys do, the pharmacy people out there, she did all that by herself. No pharmacist, no nothing. Just like a 2.5-year-long deployment of her flying solo up there. Clearly, they saw something in her that they knew they could count on her for that role, even as a young staff sergeant. Kept seeing more stuff as we moved along, and then when we get to master sergeants, it became glaring. What I saw there was leaders outside the pharmacy seeing this something in her, and they seemed to want it. So I saw in McGuire, the med group leadership, seeing that something and pulling her up to be the med group patient advocate. Another one of those jobs where you're kind of out there on your own, dealing with tough situations, complaints from patients, and you got to be dependent on to do the right thing. And they didn't just leave her there, they actually had her on top of that be the interim first sergeant and interim squadron superintendent. And then when she was done with her stint in that, they didn't just let her go back to the pharmacy, they made her the actual squadron superintendent. It seemed like everyone at McGuire wanted Misty to come work for them. This pattern seemed to continue as Misty moved on to her next base, going back to Wilford Hall. And they saw that something in her again, where she was once again selected as interim squadron superintendent. But you can't hide a good thing long. The wing commander seemed to get wind of her, saw what she was doing, and made her the wing staff superintendent. Then on to Yokota, the same thing seems to happen. Pretty soon after she gets there, she gets snatched up by the wing again and made the superintendent of IG complaints. And then they add on to that the superintendent of IG inspections. And then they trust her for 38 weeks to be the IG, to cover the IG role. A couple years doing that, she's probably pretty tired. Finally gets to come back to the group, back to the pharmacy, and what happens? They make her surge ops superintendent, and they make her group superintendent, 4-month stints in each. Once again, everybody seemed to just want to get a piece of that something in Misty that made her a phenomenal leader. From there, she came here. Now, I got some first-hand knowledge of that experience, being her commander soon after she got here. So I can testify that this pattern I'm seeing in her EPRs is not just some kind of fluke. It's not just something where she was in the right place at the right time and, hey, we got to have a body. Hey, you're a master sergeant, you can do this, right? Come on up there. There's truly something in Misty that is really impressive. And that's something led me to go poach her out of pharmacy and pull her up to be the MPTS squadron superintendent when that need arose. So I know this something in her is legit. I also know it's legit because I had a lot of people come and try and poach her from me while I was a squadron. Thankfully, my defenses about the needs of MDTCAS and how Misty was the one we needed to help meet those needs was a sufficient argument that I defended those poaching attempts. So Misty, I'd like to say to you, thanks for being the kind of airman and leader where you invested that something in service to our nation. Because it's that something that's hard to put in words, it's hard to really capture it, but everybody sees it. And it's that something, I think, that enables you to have the enormous impact you did on both the mission and the people in every role and every rank you serve. So I congratulate you on a career well served, and I wish you and your family blessings of the Lord in the next chapter.
Thank you, Colonel Rowan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the award presentation. Colonel Rowan will now present Chief Misty Shaffer with the Meritorious Service Medal.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. This is to certify that Chief Master Sergeant Misty A. Shaffer is awarded the Meritorious Service Medal, 3rd Oak Leaf Cluster for meritorious service from 16 February 2015 to 28 December 2017. Chief Master Sergeant Misty A. Shaffer distinguished herself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Squadron Superintendent, 60th Medical Diagnostics and Therapeutics Squadron, 60th Medical Group, 60th Air Mobility Wing, Travis Air Force Base, California. During this period, Chief Shaffer expertly oversaw 450 personnel and a $75 million budget providing pharmacy, laboratory, and radiology services to 378,000 beneficiaries. She spearheaded the brand to generic conversion program exceeding the Defense Health Agency goal by 17% and recouping $850,000. Chief Shaffer's expertise within the pharmacy career field aided in the removal of over 100 miscellaneous duty titles and priming the MyVector mentoring program for 802 airmen. Furthermore, her leadership created a culture of reliability, innovation, and excellence which was vital to the group's Joint Commission and College of American Pathologists accreditation, as well as the American College of Radiology accreditation of ultrasound and radiation oncology. Finally, Chief Shaffer's efforts were pivotal to numerous awards, including the 2017 Medical Laboratory Observer of the Year, 2016 Air Force Inpatient Safety Program of the Year, 2015 and 2016 Air Mobility Command Hospital of the Year, and 2016 60th Medical Group Squadron of the Year. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Chief Shaffer culminate a distinguished career in the service of her country and reflect great credit upon herself and the United States Air Force. Signed, Colonel Michael J. Higgins, Commander, 60th Medical Group. Thank you, Colonel Rowan. We will now publish the official retirement orders. Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, Special Order Number AL000799 and ACD00323. By order of the Secretary of the Air Force, you are relieved from active duty, 821st Contingency Response Group, 821st Contingency Response Support Squadron, and 60th Medical Group, 60th Diagnostics and Therapeutics Squadron, Travis Air Force Base, California. Retired effective 1 January 2018 and 29 December 2017 per AFI 363203 and 363212 in the grade of Chief Master Sergeant. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, Colonel Shaffer will present Master Sergeant Kevin and Misty Shaffer the certificates of retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America, which honors Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Shaffer for his 28 years of dedicated service and Chief Master Sergeant Misty Shaffer for her 24 years of dedicated service. It reads, "To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Shaffer, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Air Force on the first day of January 2018, and Chief Master Sergeant Misty Shaffer on the 29th day of December 2017. Signed, David L. Goldfein, General, United States Air Force, Chief of Staff." Chief Kevin and Misty Shaffer have also received certificates of appreciation from President Donald Trump, Commander-in-Chief, former President Barack Obama, General David Goldfein, Air Force Chief of Staff, Chief Master Sergeant Khaled Wright, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, Major General Christopher Bentz, Commander, United States Air Force Expeditionary Center, Colonel John Klein Jr., Commander, 60th Air Mobility Wing, and will be on display for your viewing at the reception. To accompany the retirement certificate is the time-honored tradition of pinning the Air Force retired lapel button. At this time, Chief Kevin and Misty Shaffer have chosen to pin each other.
How sweet. Make sure it's
Chiefs, please remain on stage for a special presentation. At this time, would Shante, Shanice, Cameron, and Caden please come forward and receive letters of appreciation. Shante, Shanice, Cameron, and Caden will now be presented a certificate of appreciation which reads, "This is to certify that on this occasion of the retirement of your parents from active duty with the United States Air Force has earned grateful appreciation for your own unselfish, faithful, and devoted service. Your unfailing support and understanding helped make possible your parents' lasting contribution to the nation. Signed, Major General Christopher J. Benz, Commander, United States Air Force Expeditionary Center, and John M. Klein, Jr., Commander, 60th Air Mobility Wing. At this time, we would like to present the United States flag on behalf of the 821st Contingency Response Support Squadron and the 60th Diagnostics and Therapeutics Squadron.
Stand by. Eagle, attention. Huh! Forward, march. Eagle, halt. Center, hey.
I am the American flag. In San Antonio, Texas, I stood next to Kevin in 1989 and Misty in 1993. I listened intently as you both stood, hand raised, reciting your commitment to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, and not realizing the journey that lay ahead. Kevin made his way 3 miles down the road to technical training at Lackland Air Force Base, and Misty traveled to Shaffer Air Force Base to commence her technical training.
Post.
I proudly witnessed some of the finest Air Force instructors as they arm you both with the tools needed to obtain occupational proficiency. I noticed early you both possess the strong character, vigor, and zeal it takes to truly exemplify the core values I stand as a beacon for.
Post.
I watched on with great pride and enthusiasm as you both continue to perfect your crafts. I rejoice with Kevin's innovation as he devised a solution for failing circuit cards for NASA's satellites, culminating in his selection for step promotion to Staff Sergeant. I smiled on as Misty received well-deserved praise for her initiative in the implementation of a new intravenous admixture system that saved nurses valuable time and over $20,000 in training. My stars and stripes waved with bold exuberance as I watched Kevin proudly support Operation Provide Comfort from a remote location near the border of Syria and Iraq, knowing the experience would grow his patriotism and commitment in which I represent. I also smiled on stage with Misty as she was recognized for successfully earning her Community College of the Air Force degree and chosen as a recipient of the Air Force Association's Pitsenbarger Award. As Kevin and Misty separately ascended through the ranks, I couldn't help but reflect on the challenges families face while serving under my banner. Kevin, now temporarily assigned in Washington, D.C., maintaining a communication system that watched over the skies of the National Capital Region in response to the horrific acts of terror on September 11th. Meanwhile, Misty was serving with distinction in RAF Upwood Pharmacy in England, prepping airmen for deployment to the Middle Eastern region. I remember being overjoyed by the fact that the Atlantic Ocean nor a nascent war on terror could keep two soulmates apart, as I congratulated you both on your marriage and the melding of two beautiful families.
Post.
I flew high in the clear blue sky as I watched your synergy grow, as you drew on each other's advice and expertise for the benefit of those you supervised and your extended Air Force family. Kevin was busy planning the Air Force's first full-spectrum cyber warfare exercise for the 3,000-member training audience, and Misty focused her expertise as a Haiti evacuation operations team leader, assisting 579 evacuees, 70 patients, and coordinating 6 transports.
Post.
I flew proudly next to the Japanese flag as I witnessed both of you excel as senior master sergeants. Kevin proudly bolstering international relations and cyber defense with our Japanese allies, and Misty serving as the wing's IG complaints and inspection superintendent. I caught an extra gust of wind hearing the wonderful news of Misty being hand-selected to fill the role of medical group superintendent for 6 months. I witnessed you both successfully take on these increased responsibilities, which undoubtedly prepared you both for what was destined to be. I rejoiced with both of you the moment you were selected to the rank of Chief Master Sergeant. Smiling alongside the many family, friends, officers, NCOs, and airmen that positively influenced your careers and helped you both reach such a significant milestone. As Kevin reached 28 years and Misty 24, I shared your collective fortitude when, in spite of mounting medical issues and assignment uncertainty, Misty was able to lead a squadron of over 400 exemplary airmen whose consummate professionalism and expertise garnered recognition as the International Publication Lab and 60th Medical Group Squadron of the Year 2016. Likewise, Kevin's Gladiators stood as the benchmark for mission success by being hailed as the Air Mobility Command's premier contingency response squadron for 2016. As I stand here today, I'm thankful for both of you and your family's service to a grateful nation. Additionally, I thank you for your commitment to guiding and developing our future Air Force leaders. Seeing the torch of military service passed to young airmen such as your daughter Shantae and airmen like those present here today gives me confidence in the continued success of the world's greatest Air Force and security of this great nation.
Up. Forward. March.
At this time, Senior Shantae Caballero and Mr. Cameron Lewis, please join the parents. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the 60th Medical Group Chiefs would like to present a token of their appreciation to Chief Master Sergeant Misty Shaffer.
All the medical group chiefs join me up front there. We'll surround Misty with goodness. So to make sure that we keep this brief, what we'd like to do is just make a very brief presentation to Misty. We'd actually had an opportunity to do some fellowship earlier last month and kind of broke some bread and had some conversation about her transition. Couldn't be happier for these two. The fact that I'm the chief, I'm still 10 feet tall over that. To be standing next to a fellow pharmacy chief, it means a lot to me to see as they both transition this, but especially for Misty. She's made a huge difference to our career field. On behalf of the other medical chiefs, I just want to say thank you for your service. I'm proud of you, again, especially as a fellow pharmacy tech. Job well done. So, congratulations. Jump on in here, go. You know, on the other side. Do I do that? Work it? Well, and if you don't mind, Misty, just one last second. I don't give out a lot of these, but today it's only appropriate that Misty Shaffer, Chief Shaffer, will now be Chuck Norris approved.
It's like after wings.
At this time, the 60th Diagnostics and Therapeutic Squadron Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Sherry Ann Montel, and First Sergeant Master Sergeant Elliot Parsons would like to present Chief Master Sergeant Misty Shaffer with a shadow box.
Misty's heard this, and the folks in the squadron heard this already, but like Chief Davis says, this is really special to me because Misty and I go way back. She was A1C and I was a lieutenant back at Lackland on our first assignments together. And so I got to have her here as my superintendent for a short time, and I just knew the pharmacists and the pharmacy tech were going to rule the world. And we did for a short time, and I couldn't be more grateful. You heard so much about her leadership, but really it's her empathy and her compassion that have, is part of the reason that brought you this far. Folks just trust her and they want to come to her and talk to her. And after meeting Kevin, I know that's got to be the same. And so what a wonderful family, and I'm just so happy to have had that opportunity to finish up your career with you. And I just want to say thanks for everything you've done for me. Thanks for everything you've done for our squadron. I'm so very proud of you.
That's that heavy. Over the left.
One more, ma'am.
I'll help you carry this.
Yes, so we did not have a chance to present our squadron memento to you, unfortunately, it's due to timing. My fault. So I want to present this to you on behalf of the squadron. And it reads, Chief Master Sergeant Misty A. Shaffer, 16 February 2015 through 28 December 2018. Thank you for your dedication to the 60th MBTS. Through your actions and devotion to duty, you have set the example for all others to follow. And it's going to be big shoes. It's been a pleasure working with you as well. It's all yours.
At this time, the 821st Contingency Response Support Squadron Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Troy Pierce, First Sergeant, Master Sergeant Jason Mazzacott, would like to present Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Shaffer his shadow box.
The great dads and shoes aren't even.
Kevin and Misty, congratulations again on your retirement. And you know, I said a lot during the barbecue the other day, so I won't repeat that in the interest of time. But truly appreciate all the leadership and support you provided the bad years. The foundation of the squadron, as you built this from scratch, was proven in the 2016 CR Unit of the Year Award. All of that's capped off last night with the Levittow winner, the ALS graduation. Fostered by leadership that you've created in the squadron. So thank you so much again for your dedicated service, and look forward to hearing about your future endeavors. You guys look forward.
Great job, man.
My turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure to present to you Chief Master Sergeants Kevin and Misty Shaffer, United States Air Force retired.
Just so you all know, a lot of Kevin's higher rankings, so that's why he was going first. He's having heartache over it because he's like, no, the lady goes first. So that was just because of the military side. But he is allowing me to do my speech first. So I'm going to read some of it. That way, one, I won't forget, and two, maybe I can focus a little bit more if I have something to read. Hopefully my eyes won't get watery and that kind of thing. But first of all, just thank you all for attending. Sincerely, we appreciate it. Colonel Seeger, Colonel Higgins, Chief, thank you so much. I know you guys have busy schedules, but sincerely, thank you for attending. Other commanders, thank you all so much. Chiefs, fellow chiefs, man, you guys are rolling deep. Thank you. That's fantastic. First sergeants. Holding the wall up. Thank you again, co-workers, our NCOs, our airmen, our senior NCOs, our officers, our civilians, everybody. Thank you just so much for the support that you've given us over the years here at Travis. Some of you we've known at other bases. And so just thank you so much for the opportunity to work with you throughout our time. We greatly appreciate that. special for me. I have a couple of friends. Lisa and Mimi came from the East Coast. They got out of that snow, so they're probably really happy in California right now. But thank you both for coming. Sincerely, I appreciate it. You're my girls. I have a very close-knit couple people that I'm really, really close with, and the two of them are here. So thank you very much for coming. For pharmacy, Colonel Montel, Colonel Ben Pelt, Major McGahee. I know they're probably upstairs working in the pharmacy right now, but that's what we do, right, day in and day out. But my time here has been fantastic. It's been fantastic to go full circle. As you heard Colonel Rowan was saying, I did some things outside of the pharmacy. I started in the pharmacy and I finished in the pharmacy because I did step back into the pharmacy for a little bit before I went on my terminal leave. So it was fantastic to do that. Really excited. Was able to talk to some of our new airmen and kind of teach them some of the things that we learned, that I learned coming up. So that was a blessing. So thank you for that opportunity. Sarah, where are you at? She here? She's running around. All right. Sarah, if you all don't know, she's our UPC that came up to help us. Temporarily, it's been about a year now. Now she's ours. Temporary turned into permanent, but she's the perfect person for that job. We made a great team, and a lot of times she just kept us out of trouble. We, worked together very well, and so I appreciate her and her friendship. Special thanks, Colonel Rowan. Thank you so much. We did my promotion ceremony. People keep saying, I swear we just did this. It does feel that way, but it was about a year and a half ago. Yes. But thank you so much. He's like, cute. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. This is just a small token of our appreciation for you coming out. I know you have a lot of things going on in Virginia, but to come out, I asked him when he retired in May, and I was like, okay, I know you're leaving, but please, can you come back, and if I call, will you be able to make it? And he's like, absolutely, and here he is. So thank you. Our family appreciates it so much. Colonel Shaffer, my father-in-law, pretty fantastic. Thank you so much. This is very unique, as most of you see, two chiefs retiring together. We try to combine it, but thank you so much for doing that, because this is very unique. I know for both of you, I think it went pretty phenomenal, and we're very excited to see it back on video and watch it back where we can kind of focus a little bit more. But thank you. I appreciate it, sir. Chief Master Sergeant Select Scafidi. For those who don't know, Sergeant Scafidi was here with us in radiology. He PCS in the summer, off to San Antonio to the schoolhouse to do some amazing things. But we found out, obviously, when the results came out, he was one of our Chief Selects, so honored to have you in the Chiefs group. Thank you so much for coming back from San Antonio. And again, honoring me by doing my ceremony. I told him he's an old pro now. He did my promotion ceremony, Colonel Rowan's retirement ceremony, and now our retirement ceremony. So he should, be used to this. But thank you so much for coming. Sincerely appreciate it, and we could not have done this without you. Thank you. I think there's something over there for that young man. There you go.
Keep me busy.
He's like, okay, get some. Master Sergeant Parsons, he put all this together. Sergeant Mazzacott, this was all them, and I felt so bad. Like, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be simple, and they're calling just all these different things. And I'm like, it's okay, it's just for the nameplates. It has to put the family on there. No, how do you spell the names? How do you do this? How do you do that? So he really wanted to make this special for us, and he absolutely did. I love you, thank you. We work fantastic together. I'm gonna miss you. You know my number. I'm sure I'll be getting some crazy texts when we're in San Antonio. But friend for life. So thank you so much. All right, Mr. Cameron, our oldest son. He was a young man, got up and did our invocation. He did phenomenal. Very proud. Again, a year and a half ago, our kids were doing different things. Cameron was a senior, I think, that year, just graduated. Now he's a sophomore in college, doing exceptional in Mississippi. Very proud of him, and he's going to continue to do great things. So, thank you. Our honor guard, our flag detail, Sergeant Ronan, Sergeant Velez, our singers, I call them the songbirds. I love it. They're fantastic. Thank you all so much. That was great. In our minds, you know, it goes one way, and you're like, okay, but it did. You guys did wonderful. So thank you for being a part of our ceremony and a part of our retirement, and we will have that forever. So thank you for making that so special for us. And Dad, Mr. Terry Jackson and Rose, thank you for support. Thank you for traveling around the world and following us wherever we go and coming to see us. And we really just love you guys and love.
Roop.
Oh, put your hand up. He's like, who's this one? But you guys have always supported us. You're always on our side. You're always there whenever we need you. So thank you. We love you. Fabulous in-laws, thank you so much. Again, thank you for traveling. That's one great thing. We have parents that will travel. They will go to Japan, New Jersey, Texas, I think even Idaho. They went everywhere. So you know that's love. So thank you for your support. We love you guys tremendously. And Miss Rudy? Yes. Thank you. Oh, okay, I'm not. Love you. Okay. Our children. Okay, love you. Misty, love you. Let's go. Love you. Okay, Caden. Can I use him?
Yes.
Okay, Caden.
On your thing.
Caden is our youngest. So our oldest is almost 27 and Caden is 10. And so he is spoiled rotten, especially if you ask the other 3 kids. They will tell you, see, all 3 of them, my dad is spoiled. We love him to pieces. He keeps us young. Really young, running around after him. But thank you. We love you. You're a fantastic kiddo with a great sense of humor, and I love you to pieces. All right. Last and never least in my life.
Got a card. What is this? I made it all through this whole thing with no tears until the end. I'm just gonna read it. So I'm not gonna look at you thank you for sharing this blessing called life with me. You're an amazing man who teaches our sons how to treat a woman the way they're supposed to be treated, and to be a provider and protector for our family. Can't even see the ink. I'm almost done, I promise. All right. You are our father who has taught our daughters to settle for nothing. They can do anything they set their minds to, and their futures have no limits. You are my best friend and greatest supporter. I'm almost there. I am a better person because I have you to come home to every night. I can't wait to see what the next 20 plus years has in store for us. Just so you guys know, ever since we got married, we've always wanted to do this. And what are the chances that it happened? It's amazing. But I didn't want to do this without him. Being mill to mill is very unique. It's just different. And the one thing that I sincerely appreciated is like to come home and talk about whatever was going on, and he understood it. And he understood it in real time. You know, not, oh yeah, we used to do it that way, or yeah, I remember when I did. Every day, we could kind of share that. And I appreciated that.
We always supported each other all the way through, and we never had to choose between our careers, our relationship, or our family, because we were able to do it all. And I think we did it pretty well, right? So I love you and I adore you. Thank you. Your turn, kid.
I knew I should have been here. Oh, God. Now I think the only thing I can do is just break dance for you guys. Follow that. Oh, it's been wonderful. It's been a wonderful ride, and I've changed these 28 years. And of course, Misty came into my life. Just got through the roof. Enjoyed every bit of my military career. If you indulge me for a few minutes, I just want to share a few thoughts that I shared with my squadron gladiators. That just kind of, capstones. What I told them was that this was basically the best assignment I've had in my 28 years of my Air Force career, and I've been some places. And for me, what makes a truly great assignment, is three things. The location, the mission, and most important is people. And so location, there's a whole lot worse places than California. Other than those wildfires, could have done without those. It's been phenomenal. We love our home. There's a lot of memories we built there, even though they were temporary. So we just had a great time. Of course, got the parents out, and just so California was really good to us, and it was a blessing to be stationed here. And the mission, working as part of the CRG, Contingency Response Group under the CRW, had never had a mission like that in my career. A mission where you could, no kidding, see the fruits of your labor. A lot of times you kind of remove from the big picture of, what am I doing? What does this all mean? If I was always in my my comm bubble, so I knew kind of what I was doing in comm, but maybe big picture, would get a little hazy. In the CRW, the way we work, and that 12-hour response time when a warning order drops, these guys got to be ready to rock and roll and be out the door within 12 hours to parts, all parts of the world. And that's why you see some of these guys back here in the OCP uniforms, is because that just heightens the readiness and makes us that much more prepared and ready to go out the door. And I'd never been a part of something like that. 38 different AFSCs all working together to get out the door and do a mission that when you get out there, you're changing lives. You're changing countries. You're making countries better. And so all that training and all that readiness that we rightly moan about sometimes, like, why are we doing this? We could really see that in the squadron. And I saw the satisfaction in my airmen's and NCO's eyes and the officers, and that was very fulfilling for me. So I love that. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, all the people. I learned something new every day from everybody in the squadron. All those different AFSCs. You go in there pretty nervous because you just don't know. Everybody has a little different thing that they need to lead them right. And so when I have conversations with these folks, and they tell me, hey, we were working with aerial porters, never work with those guys, load masters, boom operators, maintainers, cops, all that stuff. We sit and talk and find out a little bit about them, help me lead them better. So all that together culminated into just a fascinating and wonderful way to kind of capstone my career, our careers. We have a great time. So wouldn't change for the world. It's all just, we go out on a high note. I just want to share one last little story with you to just kind of solidify it for me. So a couple months ago, me and Misty, we were doing our house hunting back in San Antonio, right? And so we're driving around, and we just got the news that one of the houses we really liked, deal fell through, we didn't get it. So we look around for another house in a different neighborhood. So as we're driving, we saw this house. It was a lot more expensive. So we were kind of wondering, man, can we do this? And then as we're driving back, you know, I'm thinking in my mind, you know, I'm just going through it. I'm thinking, man, you know, I need to work or I have to get another job, and you know, is this the right area? Is this going to be right for the kids? And you know, you're just going through it, right? And then so Misty's sitting next to me, and we're driving by, and she looks over and she says, you know, honey, love of my life, sexiest man alive. I think what she said is, they kept look at this. I think we just passed the elementary school Caden's going to go to. It's Garcia Elementary, right? And I was like, oh yeah. And she goes, yeah. And so she pulls it up, click on the phone there, and she starts laughing. She goes, would you look at this? Their mascot is the Garcia Gladiators. Right? And that was my sign. You know, I was like, wow. You know, what are the odds of that? And so I took that exhale, and I was like, you know what? I think this is going to be our home. This is going to be our area. This is going to be where we hang pictures up on the wall for the last time, hopefully. and so that just did it for me. And again, so thinking that my son Caden will continue the Gladiator name just made it that much more special for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then with that, I got some gifts to give out.
Oh, yeah.
If there's anyone left. So I want to start with my Aunt Rudy and cousin Marianne. We got some flowers for you. And so we didn't know we had family even in California until we met Marianne, and she's been to all of our both of our promotion ceremonies and supported us ever since. So it was great to know that we had somebody family close by. And of course, Aunt Rudy, thank you. We love you. You are always there, and you've always been support for our entire family. So whenever we needed something, we knew we could depend on you. So thank you. I'm not crying. We're lost in that. That was her. Oh gosh. Next, I'll go to Sean. Say yes. You stand up and show me a decent face in the room. So, I'll tell you a little bit of what I whispered to Shantae. Of course, very proud of her. When she joined the Air Force, of course, it was definitely the proudest moment for us to kind of pass that torch. She is now the only active duty, I'll say Shaffer, but Caballero, but family member left to serve in the Air Force. So we're very proud of you. Thank you for continuing that family tradition. No pressure. You do have some shoes to fill, 2 chiefs and a colonel. We're very proud of you, and we love you. Thank you. To my supermodel daughter, Shanice Shaffer. Thank you, Shanice. She has also chosen a selfless and admirable profession. She has got her degree as an elementary school teacher. So we're very proud of you, Shanice. You've always been that light, that smile, and the character, of course, that everyone has on stage. She's that person that just lights up a room and makes you smile and laugh. She is also, even in her part-time, she was on the dance team for the WNBA, and then she also works part-time for the NBA for the Spurs in their entertainment division. So very proud of you. You're doing phenomenal things. Could be proud. Thank you. Oh, all right.
Tracy was left.
Yes. You haven't already?
I did.
Okay, so from our mom. She already getting mad. This is my dear mom, the matriarch of the family. Like Misty said, I mean, there is no place that my mom will not, have passport, will travel. She's there. And she has always been there. When we go to some of the locations that are maybe not so great, I can always count on my mom to come visit and give us a taste of home and home cooked meals and just lift our spirits. So for all these years, Mom, thank you so much. We both love you. Appreciate you. Okay, so. Or do I have? Is there more flowers? Okay, that's for my wife. Make sure we're on track here. We're going fast here. So get some flowers. Flowers and then gift. All right.
Oh, thanks.
So, Misty, you have been just a godsend. Boy, these allergies. I have to say, so my father was the reason I joined, but Misty's definitely the reason I stand in front of you as the Chief Master Sergeant. You have inspired me, pushed me to do better and to be better, a better husband, a better father, a better man. And I just want to say I am so glad to be able to do this with you. It did look like we were going to make it happen, but thanks to my leadership and my squadron and you guys backing me, the Chiefs group let me retire a little early to go ahead and start this next chapter with you, and I just couldn't be more sad. Losing track of.
I was like,
So I do have a gift to divert attention from me.
Bring a gift.
So my wife is a big fan of the stained glass. If I could get joined by all four of our children. I'll just read it real quick. It says, Chief Master Sergeant Retired Misty Shaffer, thank you for your service to your country and definitely devotion to family. Love, Kevin, Cameron, Shantae, Nisi, and Kaden. So this is from all of us to you. And, we love you.
I don't know. Why do you wear makeup? There's no problem.
I do have a card down there again. Master Sergeant Parsons, again, thank you for all you've done. And our first sergeant, Jason Masterclass, come up here real quick, please. No, if I'm actually giving you a coin here. You can take them from my office.
I think he already has.
I didn't get it out. I shouldn't have put it in the pocket with my keys and all. Appreciate it. There's a card over there for you. Thank you for, I'm about to salute you. Thank you so much for helping with all this. Yes, definitely appreciate it. It's wonderful. Okay, and to my father, Dad, Colonel Shaffer, I would like you to come up, please. If you can get out of that chair. So
Yeah.
it is. So we got a little something for you. So my father also did my promotion, and we got him a wine box with a bottle of wine in there. When we went back to San Antonio, we noticed we had the box with the wine was gone. I'm like, okay, so what can we get you this time? We got you a bigger bottle of wine. Don't trying to drink this all by yourself, please. Drink responsibly, but we got you this, and
Oh, God.
they had it engraved for you. So it's got the gladiator emblem on it. It's got the medical, what is it, ETS? Diagnostic and therapeutic squadron, right? And I just want to read this to you all. It says, presented to Colonel James W. Shaffer, retired. Thank you for your sage guidance and advice throughout our Air Force careers. We salute you as a mentor, and we cherish you as a father.
All right, thank you. The one problem I have to wait because I'm flying home and I can't.
I'll be driving out next week.
So I think that's all we have.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the Air Force song for Clarksville official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please join us in congratulating Chief Master Sergeant Kevin and Misty Shaffer, retired. And next, there will be a reception immediately following the night. Thank you for joining us and hope